everyone, and welcome back to Maple Leaf Reviews. My name is Jeffrey.
And I am Jacob.
And today we're going to be doing another video review, and this time we're going to be looking at Abyss along with the Kraken Expansion. Now this was an expansion that I was super hyped to pick up,
Right.
and I actually managed to get it at Essen. They had a limited release there, and boy oh boy was I super excited to get it played when I got back.
Yeah, you actually thought they were sold out, if I remember correctly, because they only had, they had the German version, and then you snuck around and found a pile of English edition in the back.
I saw it there on the shelf, and I ran over and I picked it up. I was like, oh no, it's in German. And then we were super sad. Then me and my wife, we went around the convention center. Then we came back to the Asmodee booth, and it was actually like tucked way behind one of the shelves, and we were like, oh, it's there, and we like raced together. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
So yeah, Abyss was a game from 2014.
Yeah.
That came out. The expansion came out in 2015. So let's talk about the art and components.
Yeah. The art is the highest tier you can have.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think you can get much better than that. And the components, the little pearls and the clam shells. I mean, there's a lot of accessories to this game. The pearls do roll around a lot.
Oh my word. I would say every second time, maybe every third time I play this game, I'm picking up pearls off the floor because someone hits something and they go all pouring out and they roll off the table, roll halfway across the room. And then for the next week, I'm picking up pearls. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one.
I do like the sound, though, of the pearls when you, like, drop them in your dish. And it's like, ding, ding.
Yeah, a little bit of satisfaction there. But if there was anything that I didn't like about the game, that's what it would be, I think, is the pearls. And it's not because they're super thematic. It's awesome. And it's a cool little currency, but you're like, I'll pay you one for that card. Let me grab this pearl. Oh, well, slips out of my fingers, rolls onto the floor. Oh my word! Horrible.
I don't mind it. I think it adds to the flavor of the game.
Yeah.
I think
it's a love-hate relationship for me.
Pearls would be a hard currency to deal with, so it adds to the theme. So speaking of theme, what do you think about the theme of Abyss?
I don't know. I don't really feel the theme in the game at all. No. I mean, you're getting these majorities so that you can influence the lords, but I just don't feel it.
I feel it somewhat. Again,
I can see it. I can see the mechanics, and it's there thematically. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm doing it.
Yeah, the different lords, their abilities, they go with like the warlords, like the red guys. Their abilities are all like very attacky, and then there's the merchant ones that have everything to do with pearls, and the politicians that are like wheeling and dealing.
Yeah. So
it all goes very well together, but the actions that you take don't really, I think, bring out the theme a whole lot.
Yeah, no. I think like the explore is you're like going out door to door and like trying to get
door to door.
Trying to get like these different races behind you politically so that you can like influence these. I don't know.
I'm running for Lord of the Abyss. Can I count on your vote?
Basically, I mean that's the game, right?
So that's the theme.
And then occasionally you just run across a monster. You're like,
sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. So that's the theme. What about rules and teaching?
The game is fairly simple.
Yeah, there's 3 actions you can take.
Yeah.
You can explore. You can just take a group of cards. I mean, that's so easy to explain. Oh, the second action you take is just take all the cards in this pile.
Yeah.
Super simple, and then you can recruit a lord. You pay the cost. The mechanics are really simple, and I will say with the base game, I felt like there wasn't a whole lot of complexity there. Mm-hmm. However, the more we played the game, and we've played the game quite a bit, I think over a dozen times, the more I've played the game, the more layers I see in the game.
Exactly.
And I will say, well, I'll get more into it with the Kraken expansion. The Kraken expansion adds a little bit more to the teaching, but I don't think it's so much that you couldn't just introduce a new player to the expansion with the base game right away. And in fact, I've even done that with someone new to my group, and it was no problem. They were able to pick it up easily.
Yeah, it's not so much the Kraken, but there's like some of the cards that have special abilities, and how do these interact with one another, and so on and so forth, that come in that expansion. The Nebulous is just like another currency that you can spend at certain times, and that's it.
Yeah. So let's jump right into gameplay and mechanics.
Okay.
So again, like I said, it was almost a little bit too simple. But the Kraken expansion, it adds that Nebulous, where there's Kraken cards in the exploration deck, and when you take those into your hand and you want to spend them, they give you the benefit of them being a wild race.
Yeah.
So you can use them for whatever you want. But then you get these dark pearls, these Nebulous, that are actually minus points at the end of the game. And if you get a whole lot of them and you have the most, then you actually get the Kraken figure, and that's an additional -5. So managing those and not getting too many is also an interesting part of the game. And the fact that you can pay people with that currency if you have no other pearls left adds just another layer of player interaction to the game.
Yeah, I think like the last game I played of this, people were pretty excited when they got to pay with these Nebulous, and they're just like, "Oh, here, I'll take that level 5 card from you, and here's a Nebulous."
It really
just like, oh.
It really deterred people from exploring too, because if they're like, "Oh, I know you only have Nebulous left, so you're going to be paying me one Nebulous for that card, so I'm not going to explore, I'm going to do something else." So it forces people into making, a little bit of a tougher decision while playing. Yeah,
I definitely think the Kraken added a lot to the game, and as we mentioned already, the base game, the first maybe 2 times you play it, it might seem too simple. That's how I felt the first 2 times I played. Then I think about the 3rd, 4th, 5th time, I was going, wow, there's actually more here than I thought there was. You can kind of see the layers unfolding just a little bit. But the Kraken, I think the Kraken's a must-buy for this.
Yeah.
It just adds so much extra.
Yeah, and it adds new Lord cards, which do different things. It also, there's Lord cards which allow you to reserve a specific, like, either Lord or pile of cards from the Council. So you can kind of keep that in reserve so no one else can take it, which is pretty cool. As well as it adds a new location which has a loot deck, which is kind of like a push your luck element to it, where you're flipping over these cards and they give you points and sometimes like a bonus pearls or an ally. But if you ever get 2 of the same card, then you stop going through the loot deck and you actually lose a little bit of points from what you had gained previously.
Yeah. That's probably the other only thing that I like. The other only thing that I dislike about the game, that expansion is, I think it's too powerful. I honestly do. If you look at the amount that you can get out of it, the maximum amount, which it would be hard to get the maximum amount, but it's 25 points, plus you get a card, plus you get a key, plus you get a monster, plus you get a pearl. Every other location gives you an average of about 12 points. So it's more than double the average, but I think plus all that extra stuff.
But I think it kind of balances out, though. Like, we've had times where...
I would say it balances from game to game, but if that one game, you happen to get it, boom, you just won.
Well, yeah, it can be powerful if everything goes right. And even in one game we had, like, I explored, I got near the maximum number of points.
Yeah.
But then we had someone else do it, and they got, like, 3 points.
Yeah.
From there. So, yeah, it can be a little bit swingy and kind of remove the more calculatedness from the game. But it's there, and it's a little bit of an excitement when you do it.
Yeah, you said it exactly. It takes away from the calculated nature of the game. I feel like there's almost no randomness in this game other than exploring and what comes out and who's going to buy what from you. But I feel like the game is very calculated, and that just makes the door swing wide open with that certain location. So I'm almost tempted to take that location out when I play my version of the game, just so that it stays that calculated game. But I don't know. I could take it either way. I don't think it's that bad, but I think it takes away from the game, that aspect.
Yeah. So I think the game is really good. We played it with a number of different player counts. I think
Yeah.
it plays well with pretty much all the different player counts.
I actually played with a 5th player. The game doesn't have a 5th player option, but I just played with a 5th player. There was a little bit of extra downtime, but other than that, there was no problem doing it.
Yeah, so I think it plays well. It plays fairly quickly. The Kraken expansion does add a little bit more time, I feel, just because
Yeah.
you want to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, you could have a really short game of this where someone just rushes out 7 lords and then the game is over. So, I think the game length is pretty good for what you're getting out of it. So, I really enjoy this game. So, shall we go on to the final ratings?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give this game an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
It's a really solid game, and it'll probably come out more often than not, and I'll probably suggest it from time to time. It's just almost at the level of meatiness where I want it to push it up higher.
Yeah.
But I think it does have some good decisions, and especially if you play with the right group.
Yeah. For me, I'm giving it an 8.3. I really like this game. It's another solid hit. It's nice and easy. You can teach it to people that aren't really gamers. I brought it over to some family members who don't play a lot, and they were able to pick it up super simple.
Cool. Well, that's Abyss from Bombyx and Asmodee Games. If it sounds cool to you, check it out.
And check out the expansion.
And we'll see you guys next time.